Alright, so I'm opening this file. I don't have these fonts, it's fine. So what we want to do is when you're using Illustrator, you want to make sure you're still setting up your file, your InDesign file. Illustrator is great for flyers and one page and little business cards and things like that to design. It's not good for multi-page documents, so you wouldn't want to use this for a magazine spread or a catalog or anything that has multiple pages. But a brochure is fine, a flyer is fine, business card, any type of one-page document is fine for Illustrator. So what I want you to do is, first thing we got to do is I'm looking at your layers here. We need to set up some more layers. So I'm going to click on 2 more layers, and Illustrator works a little bit differently. You can just drag things around, but it always categorizes it within here as layers. You can label these, but we're just gonna set these up as separate layers. So I'm just gonna click right here, and I'm gonna change this one to images, and I'm gonna change this one. I'm double clicking it, and I'm gonna change this one to text. T-E-X-T. Alright, so now I'm looking at your files here. So right now it looks like let's see, can I select these separately? So it looks like they're all being grouped into one big file, one big layer. So what I'm going to do is I'll ungroup that. Yeah, I'm going to ungroup that. Let's see, ungroup. And I still can't click, so let me try it again. Maybe it's in a mask. Alright, so you had it in a group and a mask, I guess, to get this transparency right here. So what I'm doing is I want to select all your text. I'm just holding shift as I click on these, and I'm going to put these all in a different I'm going to put these all in a different layer. So I think that's all your text. So I'm going to just grab those and drag those up to the text layer. So, looks like I got them all except for the sugar. Just drag that up. And just send that to the back, so how you had it before. So I have all my layers, my text on one layer. This right here is supposed to be a transparent. Over here to transparency, 60%. That looks good. And then you don't need to, you can still have a group, but you don't need to have it as a mask as you did before. So next thing we're going to do is we want to separate our images. So this is our image, and you have it, it's pretty cool. It's let's just take the whole thing and put that in the image layer. And then we have our background stuff. These symbols, these would go under graphics layer. All these little things would go under graphics layer. So if you want to do another graphics layer, we can do a graphics layer. Graphics. You just want to make sure that you're keeping everything in the right place. Let's see if that did it. So graphics, and these are graphics as well. So I'm going to drag those to graphics. Alright, so now we have it back to how you had it before. Alright, so we have our layers all separated, text, image, graphics, and we have our background color behind everything else. So now that that's done, we want to make sure that we're setting up our document so that it still has margins and bleeds. So to do a margin, I'm just going to come right here. If you look at your rulers there, it says that it's a quarter, so I'm just going to, the little guides that show up in the corner when you come to something, I'm just going to set this up as a box, and I'm going to create a new layer called guides. Oops. Guides. Make sure I'm on my guides layer. I'm going to drag that to the top. Alright, so I have my guide, and what I'm going to do is, I think it's Command 5, but I'm going to go over here to View, go down to Guides, Make Guides. So Command 5 it was, and so now I have a margin on my document, which I can lock. Alright, so I have my guides, and then I want to go to my document setup, and I want to make sure that I have bleed on. So I'm going to put this at 0.125 inches, and now I have my bleed. So I have my guides, my bleed, and everything separated on layers. Next thing you want to do is you want to make sure, since you have your bleed all set up, you want to make sure you're dragging anything that has color that touches the trim of your page. You want to make sure that that drags all the way to your bleed. So I'm just going to grab my background right there, make sure that goes all the way around on all four sides, and I want to make sure that I do that with my circles here. So I'm going to take that out of its isolated path, paste in place. Alright, so that goes to the edge, and I do the same down here. I'm going to cut that and then edit, paste in place so that it's in the right spot. So now all my images that, oh, this one as well. So this one is a little bit different because I think it's supposed to be inside the bubble. So I guess I'll get rid of the box on this. Edit, paste in place just to see, and then let's put it back in a circle. So Command Y is so that I could see that the outline. Alright, so I'm going to put this back in its mask. Command 7. Alright, so now I have all of my my things back. So I have it all as a bleed right now. So my red, my pink, and my picture all come to the edge of the page and bleed off. This one should also bleed off. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting these out and then just pasting them back into place. Edit, paste in place so that they're not inside that mask as they were before. Alright, so that's everything. So again, save it, file save, and then you want to make sure that you're saving this as, exporting this as a PDF or as whatever you need. So save as PDF as well.